the game changer is the Champions League. If this club at this point can get into the Champions League in this pivotal summer, then I honestly believe that it will light a rocket underneath the club. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Since the last time I made a video, everything has changed. Everything has changed. Newcastle have obviously won the League Cup. I was very, very fortunate to be at Wembley to see it with my dad, which, if you've followed this channel in the past, you'll know means the absolute world to me. The fact that I was at Wembley with my dad was just an unreal experience. And, you know, there's been a lot said about the Wembley thing, that winning the Cup, obviously, we're all very happy. We're all delighted with it. It's just unbelievable. It sort of just sunk in. I think the other day when I watched Eddie Howe's press conference, I was watching it just thinking, oh my God, you've done it. You've won this club a trophy. He has won a trophy as a manager now. There's just so many things that are now off everyone's backs as in terms of Newcastle United. So, you know, we're not the team who never wins, who can't see things through. We've actually done it. You know, 70 years domestically is just an unbelievable amount of time to wait, and it's done. Like, we've done that. We've got that monkey off the back, and this club really can move on now. I was at the game last night against Brentford as well. And you know, we couldn't ask for any more in the first game after the cup final win, because we all know the risk of, you have a huge performance, you win a trophy, and then you have the come down afterwards, and the performance is you know, we see so many clubs do it in the past. We've done it in the past. We've had, you know, big performances against teams, and then the next game we've struggled to get that level again. I think the 2.5 week gap helped in that respect, although I think the game against Brentford last night, we were still rusty, and it wasn't a perfect performance by us, but it wasn't a bad performance either. We just didn't quite look fluid at all times. Some of our passing was not great, and all that kind of stuff. But to actually come out with the win is just absolutely massive. And basically, this video, I just really wanted to talk about the run-in, because everything's been said about the League Cup win. You know, I might delve into that a bit deeper in the coming weeks, because obviously I've not put any content out on this channel for a long time. Various reasons for that, which I won't bore you with right now. Obviously, before the Brentford game, there was 10 games left, and it's really just the sole goal now is to simply get Champions League qualification. That's all that this club needs to be about. It needs to be about qualifying for the Champions League. We had 10 games to do that. We've now got 9. We've won the first of those 10 games against Brentford 2-1. I mean, first of all, let's just take a moment to salute Sandro Tonali for his just unbelievable strike. Like, it's just incredible. I mean, the way he hit that with such venom, he was shooting. There's no doubt about that. He was absolutely going for it, and he got it, which is incredible. Yeah, listen, 9 games left. Leicester away next. So, you know, if we want to get Champions League, that's a game we should be winning. We need to go away and win. Then we've got Man United and Palace at home, and then we've got Villa away, and all of those games take place within 12 days of each other. So that is a huge period for the club, and actually the Villa game is massive. And as long as we get the results against Leicester, Man United and Palace, because one of my things is I think we really need to make sure that we make St James's a fortress again. So we need to be trying to win all the games at home that are left. We had 6, and now we've got 5 left. We've won the first one. Let's see if we can win the other 5 home games, because that's going to put us in a brilliant position. But the Villa game is a very, very important one, because that's clearly going to be a really tough game. But I think it's, if we're still above Villa at that point, actually not losing at Villa Park will be a good result for us. Not losing to them will be important. If we can get a win, amazing. But not losing to Villa seems very important to me at this stage. Then we got Ipswich at home. Again, should be winning that game. Brighton away. Brighton are our bogey team. We don't seem to do very well against them, so that's going to be a really tough game. Again, as long as we don't lose, I think that's going to be okay. But it is what it is. Chelsea at home after that, one of our rivals for those top 5 spots. a huge game. It's going to be a lunchtime kickoff, unfortunately, which doesn't suit us. So that adds an extra element to that. But that's a game where really, if we're at home, let's try and make sure we get the home advantage and kind of see us over the line with that one. Then we've got Arsenal away and Everton at home. So Arsenal away, obviously another tricky game. So we have got some tough games left, but we've also got plenty where you look at and you think, actually, we can score decent points here. And who knows how many points we will need to get into the top 5. We're on 50 points at the moment. If you said we got 20 to 23 points from the last 10 games, we've got 3 of them, then you're looking at maybe 20 points from the last 9. It's not unachievable in my opinion. But I also think it's quite kind of key that we don't lose to the teams around us. Even if we don't beat them, don't lose to them. So that's a big thing for me. I think the thing is, if this happens and we get into the top 5, then this is really exciting for the club, because it's a moment where I think the club have been gambling with this season a bit. I think they didn't buy anyone in January because they wanted to save all the PSR money that they possibly could for a summer spending spree. And I think that will happen regardless of what competition we end up in next season. We know that we've got Conference League guaranteed. No one really wants that, but that's what we've got as the prize for winning the League Cup. Europa minimum is what we really, really want, but the game changer is the Champions League. If this club at this point can get into the Champions League in this pivotal summer, then I honestly believe that it will light a rocket underneath the club. I think that we have got to the point where we had the initial rise. Well, we had the initial battle against relegation, which we got out of. Then we had the initial rise the following season where we qualified for the Champions League. We had a little bit of a dip last season. We've been a little bit inconsistent this season. But really, we're kind of overachieving with the squad we have, I think. And we really need some more investment. So when that investment comes, if it's on Champions League money as opposed to Europa League money or even Conference League money, the chances of us really taking off increases exponentially, in my opinion. I really believe that it could potentially be just absolutely massive, because it could mean the difference between us being a Champions League regular in the next 2-3 seasons or not being that, and just kind of being like we are now, sort of just on the fringes, sometimes maybe getting it, sometimes not. And I think we have to, again, if we get the Champions League money, it means that all our good players are going to stay. There's no doubt about that. Isak won't go anywhere, Bruno won't go anywhere. I don't think, if we get the Champions League, because none of them will want to leave this club if we get in the Champions League. I think Isak's the only one really who might have an eye elsewhere if we don't, but I don't know if anyone can afford him. So that's a discussion for another day. This group of players, they could become the group who truly make something different happen, really push us onto that next level. And some of them won't be around to then be part of that, because football is brutal like that. This video is really just a sort of stream of thoughts, I guess, because it's like an outlet for my thoughts. So apologies if it's a little bit just sort of random and floating a bit. Hopefully, if you're still with me at this point in the video, you'll it's because you kind of know who I am, and you've followed the channel for a while, and I appreciate your support. What would be very helpful is if you could hit the like button on this video. Coming back and making videos again, I need to let YouTube know that people are watching my videos and liking them. So if you like the video, then that helps me and this video spread further. So I'd very much appreciate that. But yeah, just looking forward, I think I've got ideas. I've got ideas about how to do things a little bit differently on this channel, and tying it in with writing, bringing back my Newcastle podcast that I had, View from the Gallagher. My Substack is also called View from the Gallagher, and that is that is open to anyone for free, all those things. And I had a lot of fun doing those things, and I've been on a bit of a creative journey, really, because I have all these ideas, and some of them are Newcastle based, some of them are not, and I kind of sometimes not fully know what to do. I don't know if you ever get like that, where you're not 100% sure what the best thing to do is, and so I kind of took a bit of time away from this channel deliberately, to see and explore other avenues of creation. So I've got a few things on the go, but I feel like I'm at a point where I've got the capacity to kind of focus on this channel again, and hopefully make some good content that people enjoy once again. Newcastle are so important to me. They've been part of my life since I was born, basically. I went to my first game when I was 6, like 35 years ago. Season ticket holder since when? God, 1993 when Keegan... 93, was it? No, 1992 when Keegan came back. It's just in me. Like this football club it's just in me. There's no shaking it at this point. And obviously going to Wembley and seeing us win a trophy, it's just something I never thought would happen. And look, I thought about making videos after the final, and maybe, there was obviously lots of views and time up for grabs to watch. I could have done that. I chose not to, because I just wanted, it didn't quite feel like the right time just to jump back on it then. So I've just kind of let that pass a little bit. If you've been a follower of this channel for a long time, I really appreciate it. I know that I've not posted for a long time. That has been intentional. I didn't know whether I would come back to it, but I do feel like now is the time to come back to it and make some Newcastle content again. I'm really enjoying writing about Newcastle. Like I say, I've mentioned my Substack a couple of times. The link's below. If you would like reading about Newcastle, please go and check that out. I'm very proud of what I've written on there. There's about 90 articles at this point, I think, which is exciting. So I don't really know where I'm going with this at this point. Let me know what you think in the comments below.